What's up guys, and welcome back to Sliced. Today I've got an amazing risotto recipe for you. It's super cheap and easy. And more importantly, it's a really great recipe to bring out if you've got guests, as you can adjust the quantities really easily. To make this recipe, you'll need 4 shallots, a couple sprigs of rosemary, you'll need half a bulb of garlic, you'll also need 250 grams of Arborio Risotto rice, a block of Parmesan cheese, and some exotic mushrooms. We're also going to use a block of butter and some white wine vinegar. And finally, you'll need some chicken thighs. You can get some really good deals from your local supermarket or butchers. I picked up 14 thighs for just £5. So firstly, we're going to grate some Parmesan cheese over a lined baking tray and bake it at 190 degrees for 5 minutes. Once it's nice and golden, we're going to take it out, let it sit for 5 minutes, and then crack off some nice big shards of Parmesan crisp. And as you can see, they're really colourful and they look really nice, and they'll add a great texture to the dish. We're now going to peel and finely dice our shallots. And we're also going to crush and peel our garlic. Next, we're going to clean our mushrooms. And there's a couple ways that you can do this, but a really easy way is to drop them in some really cold water for about 5 seconds, give them a quick wash, and then take them out and dry them. And it's really important you only put them in water for a few seconds, because they're like sponges and they'll take on a lot of water and become really soggy if you leave them in for too long. So next, we're going to fry them in some butter for about 2 minutes. You don't want to cook them all the way, as we're going to add them to the risotto at the end. So next, in a deep pan, we're going to add some butter and put our chicken thighs skin side down so that they fry and become nice and crispy. And there are quite a few thighs, so you might have to spread it over a couple pans. Next, we're going to hit them with a bit of salt and some pepper. And once they're nice and golden, you can turn them over, add some garlic and your rosemary. Then we're going to add a glass of water, cover them and cook them on a low heat for about 15 to 20 minutes. Once they're cooked, remove the chicken thighs and the rosemary and drain all that cooking juice into a separate glass. In the same pan, you want to add some butter and scrape down the bottom of the pan. Sweat down your shallots and then you can add your risotto, and you want to make sure that it's nice and coated in the butter. And once you've toasted off the risotto, you can add 2 tablespoons of white wine vinegar. This will deglaze the pan and add a little bit of acidity to the dish. And once the vinegar's cooked off, we can take our chicken juices that's full of flavour and pour it into the risotto. And so now we can start to go cup by cup with some water or stock, and on a low heat we're going to constantly stir the risotto. And it's really important to constantly stir it, as firstly it won't stick to the bottom of the pan, and secondly the grains will rub against each other, releasing all the starch into the liquid to create a creamy sauce. And after about 20 minutes of cooking, you'll see that the rice starts to become a more pale colour, and then you can add your Parmesan cheese in, and this will add saltiness and creaminess to it. As well as that, you can add your mushrooms and cook it for a further 5 minutes with another butter. And you'll know the rice is properly cooked because the grains won't be too white, they'll just have a small amount of whiteness in the center of the grain, and the consistency will be like rice pudding, and it will have a slight bite to it, but it will be quite soft. And as you can see, as I pour the risotto in, it falls on the plate. It doesn't hold its shape too much, but it's not too runny. And now we can add our chicken thighs and our Parmesan crisp. And that's literally it. So coming in at £1.94 per portion, this recipe is perfect to bring out at dinner parties. And a lot of people assume risottos to be quite difficult to make and quite posh, but as you can see in this video, it's really cheap and it's really filling and easy. If you'd like to see more of these videos, please like and subscribe, and follow me on my socials at sliced_YT.